Hello, 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 dreamers. Perla here. As always, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. We would love to have you. Okay, so let's jump right on into the weekly collective message. I need you to pause for a moment. I need you to really come in and listening with your inner ear, listening with that part of you that is directly always connected to spirit, right? Connected to the divine. There is a sense here of some of you are spending a lot of time doing a lot of rituals, a lot of different things, and nothing seems to be landing. There is a sense here of feeling a little bit too overwhelmed or feeling like there's just like things are going in too many different directions is what I'm picking up. So it's like, you're trying to eat a certain way or you're trying to like avoid this or avoid that, and like the list of all the don'ts is overwhelming, right? Don't eat this, don't drink that, don't use this on your body, don't do this blocks that. My love, let's get grounded here within yourself. The only thing that can block you from your connection with spirit, from your connection to the divine, is yourself. Are there certain things that can help keep you like keep the channels more clearly, if that's how you want to call it or whatever? Yeah, certainly. But you do not have to go so overly crazy with all of these different rituals and all of these different things in order to stay or feel like you're connected to spirit. And this is coming in very heavy. I don't, I'm trying to have like a better understanding, but it's like Perla, mind your own business, is what I'm keep on hearing. Because again, you know, I've been open to my gifts since I was a child, even though I try to suppress them. So it's kind of like, shh, okay, shh. Okay, so I'm gonna from my own opinion or perspective, let's put it this way. So what I'm gonna do is let's word it this way, right? I need you to take a step back from all of, again, all the different things that you're doing, right? And come back to yourself. Get grounded back within yourself is what you need to do during this time. This thing of like, and again, all of the tools that you guys have or use from other people are intended for you to personalize them for yourself. Unless, and I'm gonna be very specific with this, unless you're following a very specific religion or a very specific spiritual practice that has a hierarchy in a very specific way of certain things that can and cannot be done, right? If you are in those categories, then maybe this message is not for you. Okay, this is for people that are either just opening up to their spirituality, to that part of themselves, or people that are still trying to find their grounding within something, right? So like, let's put it this way: when I do my readings, when I do energy work like energy transmutation, certain things, those are things that I do just intuitively. I have different tools that I use and I personalize with what it is the spirit is directly connecting with me or instructing me to do. When I am working with like plants and things like that, there is a structural to that space. So when I'm within that space, there's a structural that I follow, right? So that is kind of like what I'm inviting you to do. Like, stop being so rigid when it comes to your spirituality or when it comes to your path. If you're not 100% sure of where it is that your spiritual path is going to lead you, doing multiple things or doing 100 different things at once is not going to help you. If anything, you're creating a chaotic energy within you that is not really allowing you to listen or really allowing you to follow the guidance from spirit, right? So again, some people, like, let's say every time there's a full moon, they have a specific ritual that they do, right? Maybe your spirit is asking you to do it during like a crescent waxing moon, right? Because that is maybe the energy that your spirit connects with directly, right? Or maybe, some people fast from sunrise to sunrise, some people fast from sunset to sunset. It really depends on where it is that your spirit, again, what it is that your spirit is connect, like, let me see how I can phrase this. So we're all connected to the same divine energy, right? But we're connected through like different antennas, right? So some of you may be in channel 98.5 and some of you are in channel 96. So if you're connected to channel 96 and you're trying to do what channel 98.5 does, you're gonna meet resistance. And that's what I want you to take from this, right? Right? Excuse me. So see where it is or how it is that you are connected to spirit, and please learn to follow your own intuition. Learn to have discernment when it comes to that, right? So like, let's put it this way. I'm gonna say something, right? So I have on the channel, there's a playlist with energy transmutation for each of the chakras, right? So I invite you guys to go ahead and go into that space. There's no music, there's no talking, there's nothing. That is, it's just a space where I am seriously like just breathing and meditating and holding the space, right? And why do I say go into that space? First of all, it's free. There's no charge or anything like that. And second of all, it gives you that 3 or 4 minutes of complete silence, not listening to anybody talking, not listening to any specific guidance, but allowing you to ground within yourself with an energetic field around you that allows you to connect directly with the information or with the clarity the spirit is trying to give you, right? Because you have to understand, you're not being led to these readings to stay stuck in the same cycles, right? You're being led to these readings so that you yourself, those of you that are watching, can start getting, not I shouldn't say getting, because I feel like you guys do get the clarity. It's about having the trust and the clarity that is coming in for you, right? So these readings are supposed to be more of a confirmation of what it is the spirit has put inside of you, what it is the spirit has connected to you, right? So that is the goal here, is because, like, again, some of us, like, and I'm saying some of us because I'm putting myself in the equation, right? Have had our gifts available to us from a very young age, right? Like the youngest I can remember is I was about like 4 or 5 years old, right? That doesn't make me any more special than anybody or anything like that. That just means I've been in the game a lot longer, right? And so I've been able to learn how to navigate the space differently than other people. But for those of you that are just realizing the power that is within you, you're being invited to really, like, really hone down into that of what it is that is coming from within you, and learning to use, again, these readings, learning to use the tools that other people are facilitating or are giving or trying to sell you, whatever it is or however it is that you want to do it. But learning to personalize those tools to that is about, like, with you, right? um for those of you that are trying to, like, practice some type of like candle magic or anything like that, again, I would say be aware of what it is that you are trying to do or how it is you're trying to connect with something. um and this is something that I've shared years ago. I have a couple of I have a couple of energy saints, if you may, Orishas, different goddesses and things like that, that I connect with. And I do not connect with them, or I do not serve them in the way the certain traditions do. And this is the only reason why I'm sharing this story, so that you can have a better understanding or clarity of what it is that I'm saying. So there's one, and I'm just, I'm gonna say her, yeah, Maya, and she's been with me since I was a child, and I had spoken to a couple of people that practice santeria and practice this and practice that, and it was very adamant that I needed to, like, have flowers for her, and I had to put a candle for her every week, and this and this and that, and something in my spirit just didn't feel right with doing those type of things. So I did, because again, at that point, I don't know about santeria, I don't practice santeria, I don't know what their structure is or this and this and that, so I was taking guidance from people that I assumed knew better than me when it came to that, right? And they did. They had a better knowledge and better understanding of what it came to those practices, but I don't practice that. So they didn't have a better understanding of how it is my connection with her, with that deity, right? My connection with that goddess. So when I went ahead and I did that, and I did it, I want to say I did it for like 2 or 3 weeks, everything in my life went to shit. I'm not gonna lie. Everything went downhill. Everything went downhill. And I'm like, what the heck am I doing? And she comes through me, like, I call on her, and I'm able to connect with her directly, like through dreams and things like that. And again, different people have their own opinions and their own perception when it comes to how you connect to different deities and goddesses and things like that. I'm just talking about my own personal experience here. And she came to me in a dream, and she was very adamant, and she was like, when have I ever asked you for A, B, C, or D? When have I ever instructed you to do A, B, C, and D? That of ours is a friendship, not of a, like, a servant and a goddess type of energy. And I just stood there and I was like, oh shoot, like, I offended her by doing things that other people did, because that is not the connection that I've had with her, right? I've had this connection with her, again, since I was like 4 or 5 years old. She's been coming to me in dreams and things like that. And I right away went ahead and I took the candles, the flowers, I took everything down. And I'm telling you, within 24 hours of grounding myself in that specific connection that I have with her, everything lifted, everything went back to how it was. So this is the reason why I'm inviting you guys to really be adamant about how it is that you're using different tools, right? Tools are just that, right? They're tools. They don't not have to be used in the very same way or in the very specific way that somebody else is giving them to you. Always have the always use the discernment when it comes to how it is that you're using something, right? How, like, I've had people be like, oh, how is it that you read the water and the fire together and this and that, and I try to explain it, and they try to do it, and they're just like, I don't see anything, I don't see anything, I don't see it. Well, because this is not your tool, this is not for you, this is a generational thing, this is, my mom, my sister, myself, this is a family thing. And that's just the way that it is. Like, so far I haven't met anybody else that can do what I do with the tools that I use, right? Can I read the coffee mug? Yes, I can read coffee. I do it very differently than other people do. I cannot read tea leaves, right? I cannot read the tea leaves. Have I tried? Of course, because I'm very curious with everything, but it's not where my spirit is aligned with. And that's what I want you to understand is like, find what it is that your spirit is in alignment with when it comes to your spiritual path. And then the moment that you do that, and the moment that you surrender into that space of who you are in spirit, everything begins to change in your life. All right. And I know that some of you are like, well, Perla, I really wanted to know about this situation, that situation. This weekly collective message is really for those of you that um really want to start following your own intuition and your own discernment, and that are more focused on your spiritual growth versus what it is that other people around you are doing. So as your closing message, we are using the angels and ancestors oracle card. We have the snake, shed that old skin, that part of you that feels like if you don't follow specific tools and things like that, like you're never going to get ahead, and that is not true. Do we want to read this? Let's go ahead and see. Maybe we could read the quick message. It was page 130. And allowing yourself to truly be yourself, truly be yourself. So again, like, people ask me like, well, when you do your energy transmutation, is like Reiki? No, I don't really use crystals. Do I have crystals? Yes. Every single piece of crystal that I own has been gifted to me. Why? I have no idea. That is just the way that they come through in my life, is through gifts, right? And when they're gifted, they usually come with a very specific intention. The minute they hit my hand, I'm like, oh, I know what you're for. Oh, I know where you're going, right? So when I do energy transmutations, I don't do them as a set of like a Reiki type of thing, right? It is very different. Yes, I'm going through like the chakras and things like that, but it is a different way of doing a clearing, if that makes any sense. Because my job when I do the energy transmutations, it's about balancing all your chakras so that then you can go ahead and do the work that needs to be done, but it doesn't feel so heavy. It doesn't feel um, so taxing on yourself, if that makes sense. So with the snake, we have cast off the old. Reveal your true colors, talents, and gifts to the world. I mean, do I need to say more? Seriously, like, well, guys, that is all that I have. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Bye bye.